people out. But I don't know. That's one of the things that I've read. Maybe a Brazilian can come online and tell us about it.
Yeah. God, like
every time this happens, though, every time there's a fire that kills lots of people, it's always that the security didn't leave people out, or it's always that there was doors locked or something.
Yeah.
Like the Bradford City fire in England, like years ago, it was like 56 people died, and it was because all the doors, all the gates out were locked.
It might be though, because don't forget how many died, like 200 and odd. Fucking hell, something must have been blocking them.
Well, it's not just like, pardon me for saying it, but it's not just third world countries this type of thing happens. A similar thing happened in the USA 10 years ago. You had that Station nightclub fire in the USA.
Oh, yeah.
I'll put a link
happened in Northern Ireland too, the Starlight nightclub that caught on fire and killed like 17 people, I think.
I think the main causes of these type of things where there's high casualties is that safety checks haven't been carried
exactly,
out.
man. I'm not always one for health and safety, but when something like this happens, should have read your health and safety, mate.
And the measures haven't been enforced, because you'll always find, as you in Tiberius said, you'll always find that doors have been locked or people have been moved to the wrong place and things like that. So, yeah, but it's a tragedy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, just what I say, I've just started recording now. I forgot to turn the recording on. But it doesn't matter because the first 10 minutes was just trying to sort out the actual stream. So yeah,
I do that every week and I get so much shit for forgetting.
I just forget to record it. Doesn't some German guy or Swedish guy record it for you?
I open Audacity and I'm like, yeah, all right, I'm going to do it this week. All right, don't forget. And I forget every single time. But yeah, that one German guy does it, so whatever.
Oh yeah, Tiberius, some guy that said in the thread, well, I'll just say how he said it. Tiberius, I'm writing a comedy skit. Would you be interested in doing it on your Friday show? Why the I just meant to do like a Southern English accent. I ended up doing an American one. What?
Oh, you're trying to do Southern English, okay.
This is why I don't do accents, man. Fuck.
Oh, Tiberius, I'm writing a comedy sketch. Would you be interested in doing it on your Friday show?
There we go. That's what I was trying to do.
If it's funny, I'll do it. If it's not funny, then I won't do it.
Yeah, what was that? Did you get like a script online on Friday? Because you was both reading it off a script, weren't you?
The guy that I did it with, I've been friends with him for like 7 years now, and we were in like another community, another online community years ago, and that's where we wrote those cop dramas like 5 years ago, and every now and then we pull them out and do them.
So you just sit about and just write fucking radio dramas together?
Yeah, pretty much. We're writing one now at the moment where I can't spoil it. I'll just do it next Friday.
Yeah, man, do it, man.
So, do you work on the radio, Tiberius, or do you have something to do with
I used to. When I was in college, I worked for like a local radio station, just doing shit jobs and stuff.
So you were actually on air?
No, I did some like advertisements and stuff for them as well. So.
So you are interested in broadcasting and stuff like that?
I wouldn't say I'm interested.
You got it, man. Trust. Not even being. You really are good at it. I'd listen if you had a proper radio show.
But it takes a lot of work to do that stuff. Like to do a proper radio show that's acceptable to put on radio is so much work. I'm too lazy. I like this because I can just do this, and I just don't give a shit if people listen or not. I can just have a bit of crack, you know. But if you're on a radio station, you've got advertisers and shit, and you got to do a good job, and you can't say shit and fucking cunt and all these things, you know.
Do you ever remember James Stanage, Carl?
Nah, man. I don't really know about radio and that.
He used to be on Key 103 years ago. We used to have
I've never listened to Key 103. I've always been on like, what's it?
No, Key 103 is crap now. Don't get me wrong, it's absolute shite now. But Key 103 in the 90s was pretty good. They had some good shows on.
I'm just saying for everybody who's listening, Key 103 is like the local Manchester radio station.
Yeah, it's absolutely shite now, Key 103. I mean, this company bought all the radio stations out and it just turned into carbon copies of each other broadcasting the same songs, really commercialised. But before they all got bought out, they were all separate and had their own identities, so to speak. And Key 103 in the 90s was really good. And we used
One
to
of
have
those
this.
back in my day situations. I used to listen to it on the school bus and that.
Oh, what did I used to listen to? Well, back in the days of tape, instead before we had MP3 players and tape, I used to tape like the hardcore show on Key 103. It used to come on at Friday nights between 11 and 1 in the morning.
What was that?
It's like happy hardcore and house music.
Oh yeah.
You used to stick a tape. This is like the mid to late 90s. You stick a tape in there, record it, take your Walkman to school, listen to it on the Walkman. It's like, yeah. Now, I miss the old days. It's all that easy now with
tapes,
MP3
man.
plays. Tapes, yeah.
Oh,
That
remember
thread that was linked in the thread is it's so tragic. Cell phones, firefighters' cell phones do not stop ringing in the pockets of dead people, and it hurts. Oh, sad frog.
But yeah,
But the second image
about...
is also very funny. Sorry.
Yeah. An American. I'm just looking at that for now. The American mentioned when it happened in the USA 10 years ago. It was a station nightclub fire in Rhode Island, and 100 people died. That was in the USA. But a similar thing meant to have happened there. They used pyrotechnics and fireworks inside the nightclub, and the ceiling set on fire.
Fucking idiots, man.
And that sounds like the same thing that's happened in Brazil. People never learn.
Yeah, man.
That's why I don't go to
Too much Charlie, that's what it is, I tell you.
Probably, yeah. I know you might be joking there, Carl, but seriously, there might be.
Yeah. Obviously, they're on fucking summit to be just think, yeah, I'll shoot off a fucking fiery object in a closed space.
Yeah. True.
So
but it takes something huge like this to make things change. So
yeah, fucking had 200 odd deaths. They're going to get fucked by health and safety in Brazil now. It's going to be insane. But saying that though, they're pretty corrupt down there in South America, so I don't know if things will change.
Well, this happened I'm just reading now. This happened in the south of Brazil, which is the wealthiest region of it.
Yeah, that's like touristy area, isn't it?
And also the most whitest region of Brazil. Quote. So I don't know really. They might clamp down on it considering it.
Ooh, was that your South Brazilian accent? Was it?
I don't know. Was that my South Brazilian accent?
Yes, we all speak like that down here. Huh?
You all speak like this down in South. Oh, I've lost it now. Look.
So how about that fucking win yesterday, lads? Eh?
Tell me, it's fuck. I thought it was going to come through my window, man. It's crazy.
It's only Fulham, in fairness.
Oh right, I thought you were talking about wind.
No, not wind. Oh, lads, come on. Wake up. I said win. You're mank, lads.
All right. Nah, I didn't watch it. I watched a bit of the Oldham one before. Liverpool got knocked out by some Division 1 team.
Shit, they got knocked out. Fuck.
Yeah, by Oldham.
I had money on that game. Bollocks.
But speaking of fireworks, I actually did some me and my mates did some pretty dumb shit with fireworks when we were younger. I remember one of my mates, when it was like they used to get fireworks and they used to like stand like one side of a field, like about say 10 feet apart, and they just shoot fireworks at each other. You know, you try and dodge them. Why? That's the type of dumb shit we go up to.
At least you could do that. Like fireworks have been illegal here for years.
What, fireworks legal over there?
Yeah, 100% illegal. We had to. We only did it once, but at Halloween, people just get their hands on fireworks anyway. And back in like 2007, me and my friend and his dad drove up to Northern Ireland and filled the van with fireworks and brought them down. That was a good year because they were 100% legal in the north, but not illegal in the south.
In what way is it alright to have like gunpowder? Well, I know what I mean in Northern Ireland, but it's banned in Southern Ireland. Where's the logic in that?
I don't know. Northern Ireland just follows Great Britain's rules, I guess, not ours. I mean, if the argument was made, we can't sell fireworks down here in the Republic of Ireland because you're all terrorists and, selling them in the north.
Did a van follow you when you left the border with all those fireworks?
No, but if we were stopped by the police, we were fucked. There was about $2,000 worth of fireworks in that van.
What did you do with it all?
On Halloween, this friend of mine, his family owned like a chipper in my town, and the roof of the chipper was like the back, like a chip shop. The roof of the chipper was the back. You don't call them chippers over there.
Now we call them chippies.
Chippies. That's
like
adorable.
a chipper.
Anyway, the roof of his chippy. The roof of his chippy It's flat. So what we would do is we would just go out there every night and just fire fireworks into the sky and into the big dump that was next to his building, and also at drunk people on the street at 2 o'clock in the morning.
You know what? So the police never turned up when the fireworks were going off.
No, they didn't give a shit. They couldn't tell where they were coming from, you see, because there's a lot of buildings in that area.
Oh, I would have gone to like you got the country around you, and you got the coast. I would have just gone there and done it, me.
Yeah, that's what we did. We went to a lake once, and we got these like screamers.
May I just say something? There's 49 people listening. For God's sake, will one of you join in the conversation, please?
Yeah, for fuck's sake.
There's 49 people listening. Surely one of you can join in the conversation. Talk about.
There's actually, I think it's like 3 Irish people listening. Actually, is one of them you, Tiberius?
No.
Are your mates listening?
No, I fucking hope not.
Well, yeah, the Irish people add the Skype and phone in, and you can tell Tiberius what an American-sounding wanker he is.
Yes, do that, please.
Okay, so back to your story, Tiberius.
Yeah, like there's a lot of lakes around here, so... see, now you've made me self-conscious, you prick, you fucking prick. There's a lot of lakes around here, so we bring up the fireworks to the lakes, and we bounce the fucking fireworks off the lakes, and be a big explosion, and the whole village would come out, because we're all fucking potato-eating boggers, so we are. Woo!
Did you get up to anything?
Is that good enough for your queen?
Michael, lad? Yeah, you sounded Irish then, for once.
Say again. What did you say, Cal?
Did you get up to anything with fireworks when you were younger in Salford?
Yeah, I did. I used to hold them and set them off, rockets and bangers and stuff, and what else? What were them ones called now? Used to tie them to a phone box. You used to go in a phone box, yeah, and sellotape them, duct tape to a phone, and just blow up the phones for a buzz.
Can't remember.
Big bangers as well.
Bangers, yeah.
But not the little bangers, the big massive ones.
Did you do anything like bad or illegal with them? Because I know every Halloween in our youth club, someone would always put one into the, while the club was on, put one into, the letterbox, so it would shoot into the club and nearly hit someone.
Yeah, stuff like someone brought one in school once and set it off in the English corridor. I remember that.
Fucking hell, he must have gotten so much shit.
Yeah, I think it did. But in school, actually, it was fire extinguishers, which were the funniest thing. The foam ones, God, we used to have some fun with them.
Oh, no, I barely had them around school because of fucking us. And they always put the fire alarms behind cases and everything, like locked up cases, just so no one could get to them.
Yeah.
Aren't they making fireworks illegal in the UK now?
I heard something about that. They're meant to be only having them at organised shows. I don't know whether it's been made law yet.
To be honest, I'd welcome that.
Now
that I'm older, I couldn't give a fuck. Fuck them.
But you start hearing fireworks going off at the end of October. Well, not the end of October, at the end of September. I mean, people setting them off like over a month before.
Or over the month before and over after.
Yeah. It's just a pain in the ass.
So you don't get none of those flyers around Ireland around that time of year with like showing like, oh, this dog had his head blew off by a firework and like loads of like mangled hands. They always send them around.
Dog got his head blown off by a fire.
Yeah.
I'd applaud if I saw one of those.
You always get those stories around thinking, oh, don't do that, don't mess about with your dogs with the fireworks. Because there's like some story about someone threw a firework, then a dog went and got it, put it in its mouth and ran back to the owner and his head just got blew off.
I'm not laughing at the tragedy of a dog getting his head blown off. I'm just laughing at the way you said dog.
Why? What?
I don't know. It's my own stupid sense of humor.
What?
Do you see your little Edcast thing, your streaming thing?
Yeah.
Where's the volume slider on that? Where it says use live recording?
Right at the left.
Right at the left.
No, yeah, because where it's got live recording, it's got left to the right. It's right at the left, all the way to the left. Why?
Isn't that low? Isn't that set to low? Because there's people saying it's low. I'm talking about the slider now. The slider that's underneath your. You know what
the 0 dB limit or the one beneath that, the pre-emphasis?
No, Maybe yours is different to mine. But see, there's a little thing that says live recording underneath that. There's a microphone picture. Wait,
Yeah,
you're probably using. And there's like a slider where it says master volume, and right underneath master volume.
Oh, right, yeah. I've just put it up midway.
All right, well, that's probably why it was so low for people then. Should we fix now? Woo. Anyway, what did you ask me? The flyer thing? No, but we do have we do, but not for dog. For like a guy with his fingers blown off, and there'll be ads on TV saying.
Oh yeah, we had them as well.
Yeah, but I assume it's not as relevant to us as it is to you because we can't really get fireworks here. If you want fireworks, you buy them off a knacker, and they're almost always damp and they don't work.
Fair enough. Oh, the stream keeps on fucking up. We just lost like 20 listeners because of it. Fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, if anyone wants to call in, you're more than welcome.
You're not more than welcome. Fucking call in now.
I've got a good subject. Let's do things you do that you think no one else does. So any of you want to start?
Michael, I can go ahead, I think. No.
What?
I thought Manclad was going to go.
Manclad? I guess he's not at a computer anymore. Well, yeah, you go first. Things you do.
I think he blew his face off with the firework. I do that I don't think anyone else does. Oh, fuck. I hate being asked questions like this because I genuinely can't think. And I'm put on
I know
the spot.
when I go to the toilet, I take my pants off.
Oh, fuck. Why? Why do people... It's so stupid. It's so pointless.
What? It's just freedom of movement. No,
you mean taking a piss, right?
Oh, no. And yeah, I'm going to take my pants off to take a piss.
Oh, so you don't take your pants off to take a piss? Because I do know a guy who does that.
Nah, that's weird. That's too much.
I think he just likes to arch his back. And
I know when I was younger, when I was a little kid, I used to that Buttish from South Park when he has a piss and that pulls his pants all the way down. I used to do that when I was like.
You're not alone, Carl, because I do that too. I take my pants off when I take a big steamy Irish shit. So you're not alone. Just
stand up or sit down to wipe.
Do I stand up or sit down when I take a shit?
No, when you wipe.
When I wipe. Why would you sit down when you wipe? That's
exactly my mindset.
Where are these questions coming from, Carl? Is this your fetish?
Nah, that's why I get some answers, see if I'm alone. I know we got some guy from Spain listening. Call in. Fernando. El Como on the radio.
Hola, Fernando. Hola.
Things that I do that don't. Oh fuck.
Yeah, man, Cloud. What do you do that you think no one else does?
I don't know. I'd like to dress up in women's clothes for Saturday.
Typical British pastime, to be honest. Don't we all, man? I bought a nice frock the other week, actually.
You know when I'm in the house on my own, yeah, just on a Saturday when I've got no one around, I've just got free time to myself. I've got this secret dress, this blue dress which I put on and just pretend I just want to feel feminine for a few hours of a Saturday. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
No, there's nothing wrong with that. Man.
I can't stop thinking of that picture of Sean Bean in a dress with a wig.
Yeah.
I thought of something. I have this one compulsion that I'm pretty sure no one else does. So look at your right hand, the middle finger of your right hand.
Yes.
You see the what's that middle joint called? It's where it bends.
Yeah.
Well, what I started doing like 10 years ago was I just started pulling the skin on that joint. I just started pulling it and pulling it and pulling it and pulling it. And what it did was it stretched the skin slightly. So what I would do is I would pull the skin and it forms like a little ridge. And then, I don't know, you won't be able to hear it in the mic, but then I pushed that ridge down like a button with my finger. And it became like a nervous compulsion over the years that I would do. I'm doing it right now. And as a result, like the skin on that part of my finger is like red and stretched. And it's got a ridge down the middle. It's fucked up. But at least I don't cut myself. Ding ding.
Fucking hell, that's pretty weird, that, mate.
I know, but I'm pretty sure no one else does it. And I'm not hurting anyone, Carl. Just
I'm
myself.
trying to think of things I do that. What other things? God damn it.
We host radio shows on the internet. That's pretty.
Yeah, that's pretty unusual.
I know.
Nobody's calling in and joining in with our show.
Oh wait, I think the radio's gone off again. Fucking
Yeah, someone just said there. I just read that.
But yeah, this isn't me. This is the actual radio.
Yeah. Another thing that I do that I'm sure a lot of other people do, I can't sleep on my back.
Oh, me too, man. I can't.
I have to be on my side, and my arm has to be under the pillow.
Oh, exactly. Mate, we're like fucking twins, man.
I know.
Well, you like, man, Clyde? Can you sleep on your back?
I sleep on my back, yeah.
I don't understand how people can do that.
But it depends where I wake up. When I wake up in the morning, I can wake up on my stomach, on my back, on my side, anywhere. It's just weird. I usually wake up really achy as well. That's one thing that I realised now. When I wake up in the morning, I ache like crazy. I never used to, but it's just in the last few years I've
getting
noticed
old at 27, yeah. Too much living in a fast lane.
Yeah, too much living in a fast lane.
But like when I sleep with my arm under the pillow and my head on my arm, sometimes I wake up and my whole arm from the elbow down is numb.
Oh, too wrong when you're sleeping it bad and your arm just aches, you like shoulder aches all day.
Yeah.
Bad, man.
Right, I'm going to try and get people I'm going to write in the thread somebody please join in.
Oh yeah, I've got another thing I do. I've nearly always got to have, like when you put your leg in your bed with a quilt over it, then you put the quilt, and then you put your rest of the leg over the quilt so it's like cut off, so no cold air can get in.
That's exactly what I do as well.
Fuck, mate.
Yeah.
Brothers from other mothers.
Yeah.
I got a question, Coke or Pepsi? Oh wait,
Coke.
You don't drink any fizzy drinks, do you, Tiberius?
No, I do. I'm drinking fucking lemonade right now. Like, could be pissed.
Was it coffee? Oh no, it's coffee that you said you've never drunk in it.
Yeah, I've never drank coffee.
I like Iron Brew and Vinso.
What about Dr. Pepper?
Dr. Pepper's alright, but Iron Brew and Fizzy Vinso were the best. Love it.
For years I've loved Coke and I fucking hate Pepsi. But then the other day I had no Coke and I was looking for something to like mix with my rum, and all I had was flat Pepsi, and I tried it and it was fucking amazing with rum. So I recommend that for anyone who wants to get fucked up. Tiberius's drink of the week.
He sounded like Florida guy then, speaking fast.
Today.
Oh yeah, just so everyone knows, when like it all cutting out, the thing it's not me. It's something. I think it's something to do with the radio. Cause I've got to find my connection's fine. It's something to do with the radio. So yeah. Oh yeah, Carl, have you seen that Alyssa Rosales video yet? Yeah, I've seen it. Shit, it was only like 50 seconds long. Have you heard about it?
You do know, I know what that is, but you do know it's illegal to watch that stuff in Great Britain now, don't you?
Well, fuck.
I didn't watch it, I just seen screenshots of it, but it's illegal to watch them sort of videos now in this country. They changed the law last year.
Oh, see, I just saw something that Germany said there. He says he completely undresses when he shits. I have a friend who does that too, and he takes a shower after every shit as well.
I think that's just obsessive compulsive disorder. That when you've got to be clean.
Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to get banned for that, am I though? Just watching that one video. Nah.
Right. So some Russians said, "My fucking gears. I have turned up the volume in my headphones to hear you comfortably. And this fucking gay." Oh, I'm not even doing the Russian accent. And this
you got to do a gay Russian accent.
How do you do a gay Russian accent
I have
now?
no idea. I've never heard a gay Russian man.
Hey, Sergey!
Speaking of gays in Russia, do you hear about Putin? Like mid this month, he's passed loads of laws like you're not allowed to hold festivals to celebrate gay rights, and you're not allowed to teach about homosexuality in schools.
I think this is more of a political thing than rather an anti-homosexual thing. I think it's more of a way of sticking two fingers up at the West, basically. I think that's why he's doing it.
Yeah, it sounds like something to do.
He's not doing it because he hates them type of people. He's just doing it to tell the West to fuck off. That's the only reason I can think.
Time to open another one of these delicacies from Norway.
Now which one?
This is a Cuba bar.
Oh yeah, is that?
Nougat met
I like-
storistide mandler deket ned melkechoklad. Whoa!
I like that postcard you got, Tiberius.
That was a nice postcard.
You should get it framed. I get that framed and stuck on my wall.
It's on my fridge. This is weird chocolate. Holy fuck.
Let's have a look at the callers then. We've got, I always mix them up. It's either Bulgarian or Hungarian guy. We've got an Argentinian. We've got a Mexican. Oh, there's a Filipino guy. Filipino, if you're Leon, phone in.
Put
Got
the
Russian,
Filipino,
Swiss, Danish.
Hungarian. Put the Filipino, the Hungarian, and obviously the Bulgarian on as well.
Yeah. Anybody just call in. We need someone.
Oh my god, this chocolate is amazing. Fuck.
That's
Norway,
what she said.
the top. The first bite was like, oh, this tastes like a sweaty man's armpit, but now it's rather nice.
Oh yeah, so have you heard about that that false flag that's supposedly been getting set up by America and Britain?
Oh, sorry, what?
That false flag in Syria, those leaked emails, have you heard about it? What's happened recently?
Oh yeah, I couldn't follow that thread.
Well, basically what I think happened is some Arab hacker just randomly hacked into some British private military contractors' emails and uncovered emails which seemed similar to be some Qataris approached that company, that British military company, to smuggle chemical weapons into Syria. And they said, oh yeah, we've got backing from Washington. What we want you to do is go to a meeting with some Ukrainians that speak Russian and now do the deal to get the chemical weapons and get them to smuggle it into Syria in order to do a false flag that Russia's helping Syria put chemical weapons and they're going to all blame it on Assad. So yeah, the West be cockroaching as usual.
Fucking hell.
Just watched the video here on YouTube.
What video?
Oh god, I'm not even going to share it. It's just, oh my god.
So did you say you were going to Serbia, McLeod?
Yeah, in May. In April or May. I think.
You should try and meet up with that one accordion player.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, we'll do. He's hardly ever online now.
Get me an autograph.
Oh, do you mean that plays Soldier? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah, find him. Find him and give him the biggest hug he's ever had because he needs it.
I thought you meant one of the occasional listeners. No, he's hardly ever online. But I'll try and find that plays Soldier. No, I think he's in Bosnia. I think he's next door.
Well, yeah, but he'll be like a spy in Serbia.
Yeah, maybe. I'll see. If I can't find him, I'll try and find someone that really looks like him and get his autograph.
Yep. The Filipino guy can come on when I'm just speaking to him. So say, give me a minute. He's typing. He said he needs a drink first. Someone's just asking if Fed farts on the Muslim patrol. So your thoughts on it?
On the Muslim patrol?
Yeah, those videos from London of those Muslims like stopping people saying this. Oh, this is a Sharia zone. This is a Muslim. You can't drink and you can't do this at night time. Haven't you seen it?
No, I've been out of the loop, I guess.
Well, there's the video. It's basically, those pictures, those trumpet, this is a Sharia zone. It's basically them. It's basically them coming to life. Yeah, check that type of videos. Then tell us your thoughts from an Irish point of view.
I'll just skip this prick talking beforehand.
What's that? What's up?
I gotta do this. I gotta set up Sharia zones on my street corner.
And good morning.
Hello, Philippines. How you doing, mate? Long time no speak.
Hello.
Yep.
How are you doing?
Hello, Michael. Hello, Carl.
How are you doing? You okay? Are you good?
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
How's life been in the Philippines for you? Are you enjoying 2013? What have you been up to?
Oh, no, it's nothing surviving, really. Nothing. Been busy, actually, but, yeah. Haven't
Busy
been
up to
on
anything
mint
good?
much either. Pardon?
Have you been up to anything interesting?
Oh, not particularly, unless you can't getting pissed or, doing things for work interesting.
Fair enough. We're talking about the. Have you seen those Muslim patrol videos? We're talking about them at the moment. What's your thoughts on all that?
Well, is this that thing that happened in the news like last week or the week before that in like London, like the Sharia patrol? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't actually see the videos, but I heard it was just like two people walking around, like telling people off.
Yeah, they got arrested because a second video came out, and there was a total shitstorm because there was harassing some gay guy, and they said, oh yeah, say you're dirty, just harassing him for being gay, and like the day after they all got arrested.
Oh, such is life in.
Such is life in London. Let's not say England. London. Honestly, fuck it, it made me laugh because I know it. Oh, it's just hilarious. Because it's sort of like seeing int memes come real life. So I can't take it seriously, even though it should be a serious issue. It's like seeing a fucking world leader say that feel.
Yeah, it's like when I read when I follow the news on KC. It always feels like it's another planet where people get arrested for being homophobes.
Yeah.
It feels really alien to somebody who lives in a more politically incorrect part of the world.
So what's the latest news in Philippines? Any scandals going on at the moment or anything unusual?
Oh yeah, it's more corruption bullshit, but it's the same thing. It's a different scandal.
Oh yeah. How did you all react to Manny Pacquiao getting annihilated? Did you weep?
Ah, fuck. Oh no, I saw it coming. I should have bet actually. I should have bet on him losing actually, but I don't really bet, so. Yeah.
So is the nation still in mourning?
No, there's other problems like a American ship like destroyed one of our coral reefs and like got stuck on they ran aground and like political blah blah. Yeah.
Are you gonna make him pay for it, or have the Americans just said too bad?
Well, we're very politely requesting that they perhaps like consider paying.
You should warn him.
You should give me advice. I'm going to be in the Philippines in June.
Well, I hope you like Nesty.
He wants advice on ladyboys. That's what he's saying.
What?
You want advice on whores or something?
No, I want you to just give me general advice. What to do, what not to do. I'm going to be in Cebu, by the way.
Oh, God, I got family there, but I don't actually do the touristy thing when I'm there. I just visit them and I get smashed.
Oh, okay. I'll do that then. I'll get smashed. Good advice.
I'm really sorry. I'm terrible. I only go there like once, less than once a year, and yeah, God. It's really just for family. Oh, you should try out the roast pig. They make like the best roast pig in the country.
I'll do that.
Like the whole roasted suckling pig. Yeah. It's really
Stop
good.
doing cocaine, man, lad.
Oh, some French person's just put in the thread. I don't listen to these podcasts anymore since an anti-French propaganda one Friday night. Wait, that was like a fucking Spanish accent. What? What kind of accent was that?
Anti-French propaganda.
I don't.
Eastern European.
Oh, it sounded like a fucking Slav doing a bad French accent or something. But yeah, to him, I don't really hate France. And what's that word? Tsundere. I love France. I've actually made quite a few threads about those feels when you're not French and that feel with no French girlfriend. So yeah, I was just messing, mate. Don't take it to heart. I love France. Greatest ally and all that.
Well, you could also not use the Chinese term for it and just say love-hate. You have a love-hate relationship thing going with France.
Yeah. What does the Philippines have a love-hate relationship with America?
Yeah, well, the America and Spain, but yeah.
Who's your closest ally and your worst enemy in Asia?
Irrelevant countries don't have allies or enemies, God. Oh, well.
Is it Japan or China that's like the great Satan in Asia, which every single Asian country blames everything that's ever gone wrong with their country on that country? Is it Japan or Asia? I mean Japan or China?
I think for Southeast Asia, there's quite a bit of butthurt towards Japan, but it's a practical thing. It's only when the Japanese do something to remind us of their dickery, like the whole when they do occasionally make an adamant statement like how those terrible things you said we did in World War II didn't really happen. That was a misunderstanding. When they try to get revisionists, everybody gets butthurt all over again. But at the same time, right now, Japan's actually trying to ally with Southeast Asian countries, to counteract Chinese power. Yeah, actually, I think they're actually giving us money to upgrade the navy a bit, in the hopes that we help them against the Chinks.
Wow, what are your thoughts on that? Do you welcome your Chinese overlords, or are you? What's your thoughts?
Oh, I don't think they'll actually be overlords in a literal sense. I mean, economically, yeah, but no, they're not actually. It'll never reach a point where there'll be Chinese, boots on the ground. So, and frankly, it won't affect me. So, God, I think it's all people are making mountains out of molehills so far. This fear of a red tide sweeping over Asia, blah blah.
The yellow peril.
Yeah.
So what exactly?
But then again, you shouldn't take me too seriously though, because I do have Chinese ancestors, so I'm part of the peril.
Is it most of you is either Chinese or Spanish?
Most of the upper class, yeah, most of them have mostly are usually part Chinese and a little bit and a smaller minority are part Spanish.
So you're from a Chinese background?
No, I have a Chinese background, but it's unless you're one of those people with an inferiority complex who's got to go, look how white I am, it doesn't really matter. The point is, the only difference between me and the people on the street is obvious, aside from class, would be lighter shade of skin.
Fair enough. Another French guy just said he doesn't listen to what happened on a Friday night. Have you ever ranted against Ireland, Tiberius? Because Friday nights isn't my thingy, is it?
Have I ever ranted against the French?
It must have been me. It's gotta have been me, innit?
No, I remember what this was. It was like 3 Fridays ago, and I said something, and then you started going off on the French.
How exactly did you go off against the French? I mean, it's a typical just friendly, just taking a piss, in the friendly way, like fucking frogs.
Well, it's just
Just banter.
well, have you been here when I've like had a go at Londoners? It's just that type of directing all of my problems. It's
No,
all
I love
it's
that.
banter, yeah. Just like I don't mean it seriously. When I slag off London, I don't mean it literally. You know what I mean? It's just the idea of London.
What
I
about
love
London?
France. I love French people. I absolutely adore.
Ew.
That's my favorite European country. So for all the French people, yes, I love you. But you
Hey,
can be
French
cock
people,
sometimes.
get the fuck out of Mali.
Not this again, Sean.
Hey, Sean, how you doing, mate?
Hello.
How you doing? You okay?
Hello.
Hi.
Oh yeah, Sean. It's a good thing you've just turned up. I'm planning to apply to the British equivalent of Walmart, Asda. So have you got any advice?
Don't do it. You're gonna just. They're gonna use you, and you're just gonna be working lousy hours, lousy pay, understaffed.
But isn't it easy to get like promotions? Because you said that, didn't you, Matt? Lad, if you kiss ass and like proper
Well,
fucking.
the standards are so low. Like, you're probably gonna be working there for like. I never just. People have like they literally give you like certificates for working there for like 1 year, 5 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years.
Why? What's
Like,
your
who
plan
wants
then?
to
Are you
work at?
like in college or something, or saving up for college? What's your
No,
battle plan?
I'm trying to get my GED because I didn't finish school.
Why did you drop out?
I moved in with somebody and I thought it was a good idea, and then we broke up.
Told you about those bitches, man. I told you.
Yeah.
Told you about women, man.
He didn't finish his schooling because he's a no good nigger. Carl, stop. That's racist.
What? Shut up, Cracker. Nobody asked you.
I am more African than you are.
He ain't a cracker. He's black like you. Don't try and paint him on us.
Well, I mean, if I were you, I just wouldn't work in like a company like that because I see how they are. They don't care about you. They just want to make money.
That's more or less every company, though. Wait, what's it like? Not graduating high school in America? Isn't it like a big taboo, or is it more prevalent than you'd think?
What?
Not graduating high school in America? Because I know here, if someone said, "Oh yeah, I never did my GCSEs," which is the equivalent of like the high school final exams, everyone would just think, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
I don't
same
think the
here.
exams are hard or anything. Like, I think it's pretty easy. But I just never did it because I've been working.
Was it easy to get a job without a GED or whatever?
What now? You're
Was it
breaking
easy?
up.
Was it easy to
seriously,
get
just
your job without having graduated from high school?
I never had that problem at all. In fact, nobody's ever said anything about that. They don't ask for it. They don't ask questions about it. They don't, like I said, they don't care as long as you work for them and make them money.
well, it depends on the kind of job you're working. I mean, you're getting paid. Are you getting paid under the table, or are you working like part time? What?
Um, well, right now I'm working part time, but they're gonna make me full time because they don't have enough people. So I'm gonna be working 40 hours. Well, I already almost work 40 hours. I work about 32 to 35 hours a week.
Why don't you play the game, just like kiss ass and become the manager soon, or the assistant manager, work your way up the ladder?
I I don't want to be manager. Like, our manager is the same age as me, and he just like he's thinking of resigning. He just doesn't want to be manager anymore. They get on him so much, and they give him hell, and they treat him like shit.
Bloody hell.
The higher ups, they'll treat you like shit. Like,
But what
especially if
happened
you're
to the
new.
American dream, Sean? Where did it go?
To my what?
What happened to the American dream?
What happened to my GED?
No, what happened to the American dream? The manifest
The American
destiny.
dream. It was never there, or maybe it died in the 60s. I don't know. But I can get my GED, and then it won't be that problem. I might join the armed forces, maybe.
Why? What would you do in? Do I do the Navy or the Marines or?
I don't. I'm not even sure at this point if I'll even want to do that still. If I have to, I will.
Why? How old are you and how tall are you?
I'm 23 and I'm like 5'8". I don't know other measurements. I don't know. 5'8". Figure it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, 5. Yeah, we use the same ones in England. That's pretty small, that.
Mm.
I don't think you could be like a Marine, could you, with that?
I'm pretty tall, but I'm pretty skinny though. That's the problem. I'm skinny.
Yeah, scrawny.
I have to put on a lot of weight.
Hmm.
Besides, I don't want to go and kill Arabs. I don't have any problem with Arabs.
Watch out, I've got a Cassius Clay over here.
Got a what?
Cassius Clay would have said what he doesn't want to go to Vietnam because no gook ever called me a nigger.
Exactly.
Well, actually, he'd be surprised if he spoke Gook.
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh, I'm usually like Asians are like it's, they really have a thing for against black people without actually having met any. They just
But the
I mean-
thing is, they did at that time they didn't have a problem. It's when they started being introduced to European or Western media, then their
Oh.
opinion changed.
Yeah, but that's the point. It's well, actually, I'm pretty sure by that point they were starting to get ideas. But,
Have you ever
But by
experienced any racism by Asians, Sean?
Yeah, I don't really like them very much. At the mall,
I know my black and Asians in America have got some like rivalry going on.
I don't like them. And
Right, so what was
there's-
your story?
Like I was walking, especially when like you go to the little stores and they always like look at you funny, and I was like trying to get something, and they just kept like looking at me, and I turned around and I go, "What the fuck are you looking at, you fucking chink?"
it's because they're expecting you to steal something.
What did they
And
say
then-
when you called them that?
And then like
right?
he's like, get out, you buyer, you get out." And I was like, I can't fucking understand what you're saying. I was like, "That's why my grandpa killed your people," and then I left.
Was fucking Straight Outta Compton playing when you left the store, like kicked open the door and just in slow motion?
No, I just left. I was like,
So
"Oh,
do you do the same to Asians in Walmart now, just follow them around?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
you do in Walmart. Just follow the Asians around and keep pestering them.
Yeah, that should be your fuck you to the Asian community.
But with all due respect, I guess I started it.
Oh God!
Said something.
So how about you, Leon? Have you ever encountered any racism?
Yeah, I have.
No,
Oh,
no, Leon.
Oh,
Oh, it was in Italy of all places, actually. I was having a fag outside Termini Station in Rome, and these I think
Guidos.
no, not exactly. I think like two Arab or Southern Italian types, and at least one black guy, and I can't remember exactly how many, but cause it's been a couple of years. But yeah, they came up to me and they started talking Italian. I had no idea what the hell they were saying. It sounded like they were. Oh, I was just guessing it. But I heard something like Chinese, which is like Chinese or something, and I said, oh God, like they think I'm a fucking chink. They probably have a thing against Chinese, and so in shitty like English Spanish, I tried to tell them no, I'm a Filipino, and they, thankfully like we solved things over. Things smooth got solved, and we all had a cigarette together.
Nah, good.
Does that count as racism in the Philippines?
No, but the thing is, if I had been a chink, they might have beaten me up or something.
yeah, probably so. Well, you are sort of a chink.
No, he's a glorious Latino. Get it right. Little Latin master race.
You're like in between both, I guess. You're neither.
So how about
I
you,
don't know. I don't
Tiberius?
really-
In your travels abroad, have you ever had any racism for being Irish?
No, not once.
Fucking bastard.
Never once in like 10 years of traveling. Never once. Everybody loves the Irish.
Exactly. I bet if I went to
Oh, God.
Spain or somewhere, I could
Oh
have
God.
racism.
Oh God. Speaking of the Irish, my friend, she was in Cork recently, and apparently, like, she's been on like this long trip through Europe, like for the past few months, and apparently, according to her, Cork is the most racist place in Europe that she's ever been to.
Really? Is she Filipino?
Yeah.
That's very strange because Cork has a huge population of Filipinos.
Yeah.
And there's like
Well,
a lot of
Tiberius
Filipino
said one of
restaurants.
your best is Filipino.
Yeah, my best friend is Filipino. Yeah.
Yeah, but apparently Cork is God. No, but the whole time she was in Europe, the only time she ever was given shit, like people would she just be walking along the street and they would just make comments about her being Asian. That was in Cork. Yeah.
I doubt that. She's wrong. She's lying.
Just blame
She's
me,
lying!
blame the British Tiberius. I bet we had something to do with it.
To be
So
honest,
it's a false flag.
like, to be honest, yeah, Cork. Like, I'm glad she didn't go to Limerick because it's probably worse there. That's the next smaller city.
Possibly. I mean, all I know about Limerick is like the limericks in that book Tis in Angela's Ashes.
Oh yeah, it's a shithole. It's the worst part of the country. But yeah, no, that I'm upset that she was racially abused in my country. That's that. I'm gonna go to Cork and just give them all AIDS now.
Why is Limerick the biggest shithole in Ireland then?
Because it's got the largest population of settled travellers in the north part of the city, so the crime there is outrageous.
Is it just like is it like Ireland's Liverpool?
We get Irish travellers here as well, yeah, and yeah, some of them are alright. Don't get me wrong, I've met some of them. Some of them are alright. Grew up with a few of them.
Yeah. Every group has their bad, but
Mostly back in the day though, because I know my old uncle used to always say, "There's not wrong with tinkers. It's the gypsies you have trouble with." Because like it used to be alright, but now they've just like become all thieves and that.
Oh no, what it is, yeah, it's just got a thing where they just thieve. That's a lot. Not like I said, not all of them, but a lot of them just thieves. That's what they do. That's what they live off.
Yeah, and I'll fuck you over, like saying, "Oh yeah, I'd do your house, like I'd do your roof for a certain amount of money, then try and get more money from you, do a shit job."
yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know how they originated though. Are they actually Irish people that just decided to start travelling, or have they actually got some proper?
Yeah,
gypsy in them?
How the fuck did that even happen?
Because I know you've got proper Romany gypsies, which you see in Eastern Europe. You're seeing in increasing numbers here now as well. But the Irish.
Actually, yeah, that is a good point. Because all the gypsies I've seen in other countries, I mean, even if some of them look whiter than others, there's still like a gypsy look to them. But the pictures I've seen of the travelers, they just look like typical Irishmen.
Oh yeah. I think it's mostly just Britain that gets Irish travellers. But yeah, Tiberius, how did that even originate? Travellers, are they Irish?
Yeah, they're Irish, yeah, but travellers have their.
What did a sect of Irish people like back in the day think, fuck it, I think I'll go travelling, and then it's just gone from there.
I'm not really
Or
sure, but I mean, years and years ago.
Drunk, like a few hundred.
What?
Or did they like get really drunk like hundreds of years ago and decide to be gypsy booze?
No, they actually have different genetics. I'm willing to. I'd say they have different genetics to normal Irish people because they're different. They have their own look. They even have their own language and stuff. Yeah, they have their own language. Yeah, can't.
Yeah, one Irish person said to me, you always can spot. This Irish guy said to me, you always can spot them because the guys tend to have dead big heads and high cheekbones. Or something
Strangely
like
enough, they have very Mongol features about them.
Yeah.
They've got those eyes, you know, and yeah.
They sort of look like slabs a bit.
They do.
The lost tribe of the Mongols.
We're cracking the genetic code now, lads. We're doing breakthrough research here.
Oh, you know, there's a possibility. Wait. Remember the Romans like sent like a bunch of Sarmatian mercenaries to the British Isles like back in the day. You think they descend from those Mongol people?
Maybe because there was a legion in the Roman legion that went to Scotland that never returned. They never found the bodies, never found anything. So maybe they ended up going from Scotland to Ireland, and they've just always interbred. So maybe might just cracked it, Leon.
What were this legion? Where would this legion
Well,
originate?
don't you remember what is it? I think it's the 9th Legion, the Roman Legion that went into Scotland.
No, I'm not talking about
and
the
they never
Legion though. I'm
returned.
talking about the Sarmatian auxiliaries. They're not legionnaires. The Romans like used mercenaries for stuff that their legions didn't do, like cavalry and stuff. So the Sarmatians were proper Mongol people who were serving as mercenaries in the army.
What? No idea. Maybe.
But travelers were never really a problem back in the olden days. My father would tell me that on our family farm on the north coast, they'd be every year a traveler would come along with her whole family in a caravan pulled by a donkey, and like they would give her, she would ask them for sugar and flour and stuff, and they'd give her the sugar and the flour, and she'd go on her merry way. And then a couple of months later, she'd come along with like meat and lots of gifts that she would give back to the family.
Yeah, exactly. That's what my uncle always says. Back in the day, they were really nice people, hardworking.
Yeah,
so.
but it's when they became settled, you see, that's when it went downhill.
Yeah.
Because they'd clash with all the other people, and then the social stigma developed and all that stuff, you know.
So how about you, Leon? Do you have any Asian travellers like around Asia that like a travelling tribe?
Well, we have the sea gypsies, but I don't think they're as bad as yours because. Huh?
What are the sea gypsies?
We have the sea gypsies. They're like I suppose they're like travelers, but they travel through their own boats because it's all the islands and stuff. They're gypsies in the same sense that they have a stigma against honest work. They don't send their children to school. And it's even harder for the government to keep track on them because they live on boats and they're always at sea. And they make their money by usually they hang around by harbors and stuff where the ships are offloading stuff, and they beg there or and stuff. But I guess because the fact that they're limited to the coastline, like they don't, there's not, you don't have to worry about the same things that gypsies do in Europe. Yeah, they're not gonna exactly break into your home.
Are they called
like that.
tanker? The tanker people, the Chinese?
No, No. There's a. I forgot the native name for them is I think they were. I think they were the
Baja or something. The Baja are indigenous ethnic group of Maritime Southwest Asia.
They're like one of the abos of our. Well, not just our country. They're found like the south of our country, near ports, and in like Malaysia as well, and Indonesia. But they're nowhere near as bad as like actual gypsies because.
That feel when you'll never be a sea gypsy, roaming the seas, pillaging every port.
I don't want to do that.
Okay, they were actually that's probably. Actually, they probably were pillaging because I think now they're fairly harmless. But if I remember like our old history, a lot of like old like colonial era towns in the Philippines had like fortresses on them because we always had to worry about people who lived on the coast in like the south and the center of the country had to worry about these nomadic slave raiders like Muslims who would like just like they just come in one day like raise the shit out of you and like take everyone grab anyone they could and sell them as slaves because they were dirty Christians who like sucked Spanish dick.
Muslims in Asia did that. Yeah, that's happened over here. Like with the the Barbers from Northern Africa used to come to Europe, the coastals, and do that. I didn't think they did it in Asia as well.
Well, they used to do it, but I think it was probably something that happened only after the Spanish came, because back then, before that, everyone was either Muslim or pagan, and so I think the whole a lot of Christians oh, it's open season, they're not one of us, they're not human. Well, I guess we can make them slaves.
Well, you're not.
Yeah.
Those fucking Spanish, man.
I'm sorry, but compared to the Spanish did a great thing. To be fair, Catholicism did fuck up things, obviously, but it got compared to the Muslims, it was a big improvement. Like the Muslims before okay, they're still terrible now. They have blood feuds and chopping off people's heads and collecting them. And the sea gypsies now are like nice people, but I think if they're anyway descended from the old slave raiders, they were really terrible people.
You live in Virginia, don't you, Sean? So you live near the coast, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Do you have any genetic flashbacks whenever you see a big ship coming to shore and try and run away?
I don't live near the sea. I live near the Potomac River. That's
So
our
you,
water.
surely you've been to the coast.
No, I never have.
Why can't you swim? Because you're black.
Yes, we're so afraid of water that we all go inward.
Or did you used to do anything fun by the river? Like a lot of American people seem to do. Like go what is it, a creek swimming or something?
Oh no, that thing is like toxic. You'll die.
Oh god.
No, it got to the point like it was so bad back in like the 70s or 80s that it was like brown and green and yellow, and then they cleaned the river.
Bloody hell.
So I don't think it's as bad as it used to be.
So
But I just wouldn't.
I haven't like gypsies like romanticized in America. They don't have that negative connotation in America, do they?
When I think gypsy, I'm gonna be honest. I think of the Hunchback of Notre Dame movie and Esmeralda.
So that's the
what I
extent of
think.
most Americans' thoughts on them.
Disney.
That's what I-
Don't really have gypsies in America. They're very rare in America.
Yeah, the Disney School of Geography.
Yeah.
Yes, they teach us geography so well. No, we never had them, so I don't know. Are gypsies like Mexicans?
In the
Man.
sense that they're brown, yes.
No, besides that.
I guess the better representation for the American equivalent of a gypsy would be a Native American. They're always huddled in the communities, always getting free money, looking for handouts.
Well, Native Americans, well, it's a different story. Well, the only people that think like that are whites because they don't have no guilt for anything they've done. But I don't think you can compare them to Native Americans at all. I think they're two different things.
Yeah. Yeah, the analogy would be wrong because the gypsies are aliens to Europe, or at least more alien. That would be the total opposite of the Native Americans. Yeah.
Native Americans, they stay to themselves and they're alcoholic and abusive, and they
Have
usually.
you ever had any trouble with him?
I've never seen one the day of my life. I wouldn't know. We had some around this area, but the whites killed them all, so there isn't anymore.
Bard is isn't there like a Virginian tribe of Native Americans though?
Yeah, we used to have like a ton of them. The Potomac River was named after a Native American tribe. I forget what it is called, but it's something like Pocahontas or something like that, and they were all killed, or something, or they were moved west.
The Child of Tears.
The Great Migration. Yeah, the Great Migration west, where they were put on like.
And then they were killed.
Yeah.
And then they were killed.
I don't even think they ever went west. I think they were just slaughtered.
Fair enough.
Nasty Europeans. Fucking nasty Europeans.
Of course. Nasty, disgusting.
I blame the French for this. I don't think the British has nothing to do with this, I tell you.
Actually, the French were actually allies with the Native Americans.
Oh yeah, that's just a cockroach though.
They did the intermix with him, like the Cajuns intermixed with the Native Americans. They done it.
Yeah. It depends really on the group of people. The French were actually.
Well, this is how it went about. The Spanish just killed the men and fucked the women. The British, and Dutch, and to the extent the French just killed them all.
Yeah.
No, killed them all in the name. No. Killed them all in the name Port Africans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see how that worked out for you guys.
Yeah.
Shame.
I know, Sean. I want to say the country of listeners, and you tell me the first thing that pops into your mind.
Okay.
Denmark.
I think Beowulf.
Estonia.
Soviet Union.
Lithuania.
Lithuania.
Suicide.
I think sea, like gray and rainy and the sea.
Finland.
Finland, snow, and Asian-looking white folks.
Sweden.
Sweden, homosexuals and tanning.
Serbia.
Serbia, genocide.
That's not very nice.
Spain.
Spain, I think like the colonial times. Like
Argentina.
expedition. Argentina, I think Julian.
Uh,
That's all I know about Argentina.
Russia.
Russia, of course, Soviet Union.
Poland.
Poland, I think it was Poland comics.
Yeah. Hungary.
I don't know enough about Poland. I think like poor, depressing, gray.
What about Hungary?
Post-Soviet. Hungary, naked people in porn.
Germany.
Germany, Nazis.
Bavaria.
Bavaria, I think like those fur hats and drag
Yeah. Ireland.
vampires and like that. Ireland, drunk people.
And last of all, England.
England, I think the Revolutionary War.
Fair enough.
I think you mean Britain, Carl, not England.
Yeah, that would be.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, Britain,
And Mountain
Britain,
Sea-
England, same difference.
And
Palestine.
then also same difference, war of insurrection. Yeah? Not revolutionary
Is he
war,
really
right?
Palestinian?
Oh yeah, is that Palestinian still posting?
Wow.
I haven't really monitored him. Does he get
I feel bad
aggro
for
with the
him.
Israelis?
What?
Does that Palestinian poster get aggro with the Israelis that tries to troll him, or is he nice to him and stuff? I
Not
haven't
to.
really-
I don't. So far, he doesn't seem to be. He's pretty chill. I mean, so you don't really last that long if you're. He wouldn't have lasted like more than a day if he got butchered like by Israelis.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I don't know why. I just feel really bad for him.
Although I really do doubt that the Palestinian guy really is Palestinian. He's like probably like a fluke of IP, and he's not really.
Yeah,
just
probably
some
don't they
Israeli.
like Israelis have like loads of like internet fucking embargoes on them and stuff, like censorship, and I won't put it past them. Like restrict their internet access.
Yeah, or he's like an Antifa on vacation.
Yeah.
Or he's some kind of Antifa on vacation in Palestine.
He doesn't seem like how media makes Palestinians seem.
Why is that like some raging Durka jihad guy?
Yeah, that's what I was like. He seems really like level-headed. He's just like, I don't really care.
Well, not that.
Yeah, so like that Iranian guy and all that mod.
Well, no, I had. Yeah, but I think he's fine though. It's not really like a big stretch for a guy to be reasonable just because he's from that. No, just because not to be reasonable, it's because he's from the Middle East. I mean, I had a half Palestinian friend. He was actually a pretty chill guy. I think he was a Muslim in all but name. But I guess you'd have to be to get along here. But yeah.
Some Swedish guy put, I think it's a Jew stealing Palestinians' Wi-Fi in Jerusalem. Would be typical Jew kind of trick from the Juden.
Don't you think? I thought it would be like easy for Palestinians to get internet access.
Ah, fuck knows.
Shit.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, if it is a Jew, it would have to be a Jew who knows some Arabic. Because he seems to know Arabic once in a while.
I know you've got that German guy in Afghanistan, haven't we? He's like some aid worker or something, isn't he?
Oh, really? There's a German.
Well, I thought the one in Afghanistan was an American.
Nah, I'm pretty sure it was. Nah, this is like must be a totally different guy. Some German. He's like an aid worker or something.
An aid worker.
Oh.
I think he's an aid worker or something.
There was somebody that said they were in Afghanistan for a while.
An American.
That's one of the things that I refuse to believe that there is a Bernd who is an actual aid worker. of all, it's one of those professions I can't imagine Bernd doing. Of all the
That seems like
possible
fun.
professions.
I don't know. I would do that
Nah,
if I
fuck
get
'em.
to travel.
Oh yeah, true. I know my friend's relative. She works for like Oxfam, which is just like a UK charity. Well, it's like an international charity or something. And she's got to move to New Zealand just for working for that charity, to work with the New Zealand branch.
Oh,
Fucking
she's lucky.
crazy that you can make a career out of working for the charity. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
I know people like that, but the thing is, those are the kind of people that I know would like, if they ever like saw like int for like even like an 5 minutes, they would be offended and like look at me funny and yeah.
I guess. Yeah. Well, then they have more experience with the actual real world
Yeah.
than people in it.
That no, it's a certain no. Actually, it's more of a certain mindset. They're like the peace and love and unicorns kind of people.
No, you think they're some hippies like, oh, let's help the.
What
They
are these?
actually,
Are you talking about the people, the average type of people who go and work for charities and stuff?
No, I have friends who work in charities. I mean, people I went to school with and all that. They're actually really nice people. It's just you have to like you have to walk on eggshells with them if you become crude like if you've been affected by internet culture of our sort. You have to really walk on eggshells when talking to them. Yeah.
well, I guess that's true. Well, you can't just say whatever. Well, you can, but I mean, like I
No,
said,
no.
they have seen the real world, like how it is, and they would know.
Well, I've been around too. The only difference is I choose to be a politically incorrect dick about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but these people who work for charities, you find a lot of them are middle class and very naive.
Yeah. I've heard speaking of internet, I've heard Al Shabaab's Twitter account got shut down.
Oh
And
yeah.
I was actually reading a lot of that, and then they got shut down. I was kind of afraid at first because I was like, I don't want them to like trace me and think like I'm a supporter for Al Shabaab. But I was like reading.
Are you been leaving comments on there?
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Of
be
what
about
type
it.
of comments?
Not bad ones particularly.
Yeah.
I just wanted like to talk to them. Most of
Well-
them are probably from other countries, like Middle Eastern countries, Kenya, Tanzania, stuff like that. If they were Al Shabaab.
What type of post
Well,
did you
what
make?
is Al-Sha? What?
Oh, you know that black Al Qaeda affiliated group in Mali? You know the ones that killed that French soldier?
No, not Mali, Somalia.
Oh, Somalia. Oh well, yeah, the Islamists in
So,
Somalia.
So they're like they're like the terrorist equivalent of Nation of Islam.
They're like
No.
the Somalian Al Qaeda. No, Al Qaeda. They're like the
they're actually
Somalian
linked-
version of that.
Yeah, they're linked to Al Qaeda, and like those I read like not I read, but I saw a documentary about like how like Americans would like go to Somalia and join Al Qaeda.
Well, some of them are actually also Somali immigrants, I suppose, who are just coming home to help out.
Yeah,
Some of them.
Yeah.
and I was thinking like how I just wanted to talk to them because I was thinking, well, if they're Al Shabaab, they must be in Somalia. How are they like communicating with people? And I guess there is internet access in Somalia, but it's
Pretty
like
sure. It's just you wouldn't. They get proxies probably. So that you wouldn't even if a Somalian posted here, you wouldn't show up as a ball.
Yeah.
If you show up from a certain country that's not on a list, like if you posted from, let's say, Papua New Guinea, something, you get banned straight away.
Yeah, no, I don't even
That-
mean the proxy
that's-
detector. I mean he will actually be using some kind of usually in like countries where you have really fucked up internet. When you do get internet, it's usually through like some roundabout way, like a
Oh,
VPN.
right.
So he may end
Yeah.
up like posting from a US IP.
They piggyback off of other internet access around them. That's how they do it. What I was
Oh,
thinking,
here's
oh,
Brazil.
wow.
Oh, is he here? Hello.
Yeah,
See
bring
if
you
he
up.
comes in.
Is he online?
Yeah, I just saw him log in.
Yeah.
Alright, Brazil.
Yeah, he's online.
Hello.
Alright, mate. Mister,
Oh.
you missed the show, mate.
Yes, almost.
What have you been up to?
What?
What have you been doing?
Oh, I had a test
Burning
today.
in clouds.
Hmm.
Oh,
You did a what today?
test.
Test.
A test,
Test.
yes.
What type of
to
test?
I want you.
to join in a government job.
Are
Ah,
you
Uh-oh.
gonna?
Oh,
Oh
a
yeah,
civil service
are you finally
a
gonna
civil-
pursue your dream of making a political party?
No, it's not political, but
Civil service exam.
it's to work in the state.
Yeah. That.
So yeah, Brazil, you missed it. We was all talking about that nightclub fire.
Yeah,
Oh
I was at
yes,
that.
I heard a couple hours ago.
What are your thoughts on that as the Brazilian representative?
Um, it was bad because they were white.
Lots of potential GFs
That's a
have
good thing.
perished.
No, no.
I actually have a.
They it was on the south of Brazil, so they are white.
Yeah. I actually have
That
a
makes
question
sense.
about that. Were there people in Brazil like Nordestes or people from Sao Paulo or something who were like it happened to Solistas, it doesn't matter, or good for them because they're Solistas?
Yeah, the people from south have some prejudice against people from north.
Yeah, so did the people from the north actually say who cares? It's just Solistas.
Yes, but we don't have such a prejudice like him. Oh, like the south.
so
Well, Brazil, I applaud you for standing by your white brothers and sisters in this time of need and prayer.
I'd actually. I'm guessing the people in the north, even though they're poorer, are a lot nicer than the people in the south.
Is
At
that
least
true,
if they're
Brazil?
black now.
If the people from north is more
Nice.
Do
Or
you
what?
find that the people in
Friendlier.
northern Brazil are more
More
friendlier?
nicer. than people in the
yes,
south.
I think so. The people from south is more elitist, you know, more
Yeah,
Yeah.
stuck up.
That's what we
yes.
call stuck up. Yeah, yeah. I understand what you mean, Brazil. No, exactly what you mean.
So what's the Brazilian media and government saying about this nightclub fire?
Actually, my test was 6 hour of duration, and I don't know nothing. You know, I'm back to normal life just a couple hours
What
ago.
happened?
Yes,
All right.
I'm out.
Wait, so how do you think you did on your exam?
It was hard because it for one vacancy was 100 candidates.
Applicants, yeah.
Yes.
So what type of
But do you
job
think you passed?
will you be
No.
doing?
Oh,
No.
If you pass and get job, what will you be doing? What type of work?
Um.
Street
I don't,
worker.
how I can say this in English? I don't know. It's a work with if infrastructure of roads.
Oh, so you'll be
Oh.
working
a
on roads, like filling in concrete and cement.
oh, you
Construction
wouldn't need
work?
an exam for that. You wouldn't need an exam for that.
Also, probably be a
It's
planner.
Yes,
probably civil
I
engineering or something like that.
yes.
Also, you'll be planning roads, like telling them what to do.
A civil engineer.
Yes,
Right.
my work would be see to avoid the people to rob to thief, no.
The traffic management.
To stop. Listen. To stop people thieving.
Yeah, stop
Say.
people from I'm quite tired.
Stop people thieving from the government money.
Yes, work for state.
So you're working in either like audit or the ombudsman.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Barry, say that.
Or like something like internal affairs.
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah, Brazil's here.
Hello, Brazil.
Hello, Tiberius.
Hello, Brazil.
Hello.
That's
Can
awkward.
I have a banana? What are we
Oh.
supposed to embrace and hug and kiss and something? Or is that what you're expecting?
Yes. Brazil, how's your dog? Stick.
She's alright. She stopped leaking blood.
How did it just stop one day?
Yes.
No, it's stick.
Oh, I thought you said spick.
No.
Speak.
What is the dog like on its period, or is it what's going on?
She was on period.
That's gross. Oh. You should
Yeah.
just leave it outside until it's done.
Did
Yes, but
you lick up all the blood off the floor?
no, I pointed the blood to her, and she goes there and lick.
What?
Yes, she liked to lick her blood, and she cleaned it.
what
Jesus
dogs do.
Christ.
That's
This
what
is
dogs do,
my
though.
dog.
I
That's
only
not
found
particularly
out 2 weeks
gross.
ago
I
that
mean,
dogs
have you
have
ever seen like
periods.
dogs give birth?
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
This
dog
one.
saliva
Well, I
has
know
like
that, periods-
antibiotics in it.
Well, have you ever seen a dog just give birth and like they keep licking their puppies and you actually have to take the puppies away from the mother or she'll end up like thinking that they're tasty and eat them.
No? Bloody hell.
Oh, you didn't know that? Oh.
No,
Yeah.
I only
No,
found out
they
2
were-
weeks ago from talking about this that dogs actually have periods. I didn't know any of this.
Well, they're animals. I
Oh.
would expect.
I didn't know
them-
animals have periods.
Well, actually, I remember somebody telling me that periods aren't natural. Like there's something that happens from like living in like a domestic setting or from captivity, supposedly.
Swedish guy in the
Siberia, are you
thread,
there?
he says, yeah, I'm reading him. Discussion topic, are the Irish black or white? We're black. We are the niggers of Europe. Don't listen to that one Irish guy trying to desperately defend his country. No, we're the niggers of Europe. That's pretty true.
No, nonsense. Irish Americans are the niggers of Europe.
Yeah.
But within Europe itself, that'll probably be the Kosovars or the Albanians.
That feel when you're from a Irish background, but I still glad they call Irish niggers. Come at me.
Same here.
It's true, though. I mean, fuck. It's just, there's no disputing it.
We are nothing like the Irish. Don't ever compare
Well,
us.
I know that feel.
Aren't like most African Americans part Irish because of interbreeding when you were slaves?
No.
Because didn't like the slave owners used to breed the Irish
I don't-
slaves with the black slaves to make super slaves.
I don't know. I don't think that.
I think that's
Well, I'm sure it happened. It happened, but I think not on a big enough scale to affect the entire gene pool. Because I mean, like they were importing slaves over the course of several centuries, and the Irish were only enslaved for like how many years?
Not even that many. Only, let's say, maybe a century? 10 years? I don't know.
Wait, what
Wait,
are
So
you talking
Serbia,
about?
can you speak now?
Oh yeah. But I
Yeah,
have
Serbia.
nothing
Manclads think
really
of
smart
coming
to say.
to your
Yeah,
country in the summer.
I'm coming to your glorious country in May or April.
I can't understand a single word that he says.
He said he's going to your country in May or April.
Really? We should meet up.
Yes.
I already
don't
met with some people. Did I tell you about that? I think I tell everybody about that. It was quite nice. I met up with that Danish guy, and I met up with a Czech fellow. The Czech fellow was a bit insane, but that's okay, I guess. He was very Slavic.
What are they?
What? What?
No, the Turk.
Oh, the Turk. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, the Turk with a Macedonian background as well.
A Turk with a Macedonian background.
Do you know what I mean?
What-
Oh, Sergey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Sergey.
Why the fuck would a Macedonian go to Turkey? I really don't.
That's what I was thinking.
That's very mysterious to me.
But saying that, I've spoke to a few Turks and they said there's quite a few Russian Turks and like loads of like Eastern European Turkish, that have come from Eastern Europe to Turkey because at that moment in time in like the 80s or something or whenever, Turkey was more prosperous. So it's not that uncommon. So yeah.
I was in Turkey once. I didn't like it at all. It was really like filthy.
Did you
but
have to
I-
resist your urge to remove kebab?
Well, I didn't actually. I was chased by a number of people through a busy market.
Why was you
Really,
chased?
it happened. I said something that I should not have said in
Did
the
you call him a
context of
filthy kebab scum or something?
something like that. Yeah. And
Why?
apparently some of them spoke Serbian. You know, one of the Bosnian Muslims, and they started shouting and stuff. So I quickly like ran away. It was an excursion with like I was in high school. It was odd. I could have gotten really
Hurt.
it was not.
Ouch,
But
you're
that's
Serbian.
the only case of issues we had. And that's not the only case of issues we had with Turkey. A friend of ours wanted to see some prostitutes, and they like drove him in a taxi somewhere, and he fled. He like opened the window and jumped through the moving taxi and stuff like that. It was
Did he realise he was trying to kidnap him or something?
could someone translate, please?
What did they realise they were trying to kidnap him?
What? Why did they try to kidnap him? I don't know. Because he wouldn't pay for those prostitutes. Apparently, they
right.
were very
Oh.
old and ugly.
They must have been very bad quality prostitutes.
Yeah, something like bad quality, and so that was the two bad things that were like bad in Turkey. Also, a guy got shot in front of our hotel, shot dead.
I'm scared to
It was
go
odd.
to Serbia now.
Because
Well,
there
people
are
get shot
10 million
everywhere.
people. What? I can't hear you. Speak up.
Hello.
Okay.
So Serbia, do you actually remember the war? Because you were like a little boy.
No, I
during
remember
it.
the '99 war. The
Why? How
bombing,
old were you?
What? I was like 14, 15, something like that.
Did you
Oh,
want to
you're
go
right.
and fight?
Not really. I didn't want to catch a bullet or a tomahawk missile in my ass.
Yeah.
Wait, 1999 was when they bombed Belgrade, right?
Yeah,
What do you think about NATO?
suffice to say, I don't like it.
Will you avenge the betrayal one day and take out NATO? Will they pay for
We
what they
can't
did for
take out
glorious
NATO. They're
Serbia?
too small and insignificant. Maybe the Russians could help, like send some nukes or I don't know.
Like that'll ever happen. You remember
Well,
what happened last time we
apparently
trusted
not.
the Russians?
We thought they would send us some anti-aircraft artillery and rockets, but
What
they never did.
What
to be
they
fair,
did.
But to be fair, in 1999, Russia was in a bit of a bad state. Yeltsin run the country, didn't he then? And it was just a
Yeah,
bit
if
crazy.
it were Putin, things would have ended up different.
Probably, yeah.
Russians never make good allies.
Yeah.
Nope. Nobody hates good allies. Everybody always looks out for themselves. You've just got to like.
But
make deals.
imagine this imbecile Milosevic that allied himself with not with Yeltsin, but with Yeltsin's communist opponent. He like supported the communist opposition of Russia.
Yeah. Oh,
You mean
He didn't even support Yeltsin.
Milosevic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. That's
He supported the opposition.
Yeltsin never trusted him after that.
Yeah.
I know the story. I've read about this.
Really?
Yeah.
Same story.
Well, to be fair, supporting Zyuganov would have been a good idea if the elections had been fair.
Yeah.
But the elections
if
had
Yeltsin
been
hadn't
fair, and he
cheated.
lost fair and square.
What, in 1996?
Yeah.
Elections when they set the bomb off.
Yeah.
He set the bomb off.
Zyuganov's people tried to take over the houses of parliament, and they failed, and something like that. Not Zyuganov himself, but some people that were allied with Zyuganov.
No. The 96? No, it was earlier than that. That was when. Oh God, it was such a. Yeah, when the White House was stormed.
Yes.
But
That was
they weren't the villains in that case. It was Yeltsin was the villain for not following the referendum.
I don't know.
Oh,
Are you
Oh,
Russian
yeah.
or
But
something?
anyway,
Do you
that-
know? What?
No, I just-
Serbia, you know Ratko, like he was a cart last year. Did most
What?
people in Serbia know that Ratko, the
Ratko?
Serbian leader, who was a
Oh, yeah.
cart?
Yeah.
Did most people in Serbia know he was already in Serbia, but just was it common knowledge?
No. Listen to this. Listen. This is an odd tale. I actually saw him.
What? Just
I saw
walking around?
He lived in my block.
Who?
No, Ratko Mladic.
Brazil Ratko was like one of the leaders of like the Bosnian Serbs who committed loads of atrocities.
He was the leader of the Bosnian Serb army.
Yes, and he fled like somewhere, and nobody knew where he was until he turned up in the middle of Belgrade, living here for 10 years, and probably under the protection of security forces. And at one moment,
Doesn't he have like a big reward for his Didn't he have like a big reward for his capture? Like if you turned,
Yeah,
if you.
but
How did you ever think about telling the police just for the reward? Or is he like a hero in Serbia?
I saw him in the vlog, but I didn't know it was him. Nobody knew it was him. He didn't act like he was just another guy, some weirdo, like with a big hair and stuff like that. Nobody knew him. He didn't communicate with anybody.
Wait, you are talking about the Milosevic.
No. Ratko Mladic. Mladic.
No, I don't know this one.
Ratko Mladic.
Yeah.
What is
it
he?
was really odd. And what you know? What the oddest? I knew the guy who invented his whole cover-up thing. It was an 18-year-old some guy like from he died. He was like an artist, and the security forces hired him to during the communist times, the UDBA. They hired him to watch out all the artists so they wouldn't make any subversive artistry or stuff like that. And he continued to work for the state security, and they found him a job. He trained like Ratko Mladic in alternative medicine and like I don't know, homeopathy or stuff like that. Like incredible. It was really odd. But luckily he's in jail now, so I think it's okay.
Yeah.
Fair to say he did some pretty awful things.
Who was that? Mladic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Estonia,
I
are
have
you
a
there?
question.
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
Philippines.
Oh yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead, Estonia.
No,
you just got here.
Saying hi to
Yep.
Estonia. So what you saying, Philippines?
No, I was just gonna ask our Serbian friend about Arkan, but it's fine.
No,
okay.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, what did you
No,
want to ask me about Arkan?
Arkan though wasn't in hiding, right? He wasn't that wanted. He was just after the war he just became like a sort of gangster.
No, he was gangster before the war.
Yeah, but after that he just stayed as a gangster. He got away with it for a while.
He returned back to his old ways.
He was shot in a hotel.
Didn't
I know he died. Well, go ahead.
Didn't Arkan's father have something to do with the security services?
What did he say? What?
Didn't Arkan's father have something to do with the security services in Yugoslavia?
I can't understand a single word you're saying.
Didn't Arkan's father, his dad, have something to do with
Arkan what?
Started out something to do with it. That's what
Didn't
it said.
Arkan's father have something to do with the Yugoslav security service?
Yeah. So his father was, I think, some high-ranking police officer or something like that.
Yeah.
They usually are here. Most of the criminals have their background in police. Yeah, Arkan's father, and some Arkan's uncle was some Slovenian guy that was the chief of stuff like that. Like I forgot what. He's like godfather or something. Was in the police, and his father was also in the police.
Yeah.
So he got away with a lot of things. They kicked him out to like they told him to go abroad, or they would arrest him. So he went abroad and started stealing and breaking into banks in Germany. And then the war started, and he came back like some sort of a hero, and started up a paramilitary
Militia.
group. He really was an odd tale. But he started out as a criminal.
Yeah.
A criminal whose own father was a chief of police,
So
like a colonel in the police or a general or something like that.
So he must have been protected by his father.
Yeah.
Easily, because he spoke many languages, didn't he?
Yeah.
Cam. So he must
On
have
that
been
note,
selling-
let's stop. It's the end of the show, and there's someone scheduled, so I can't run over.
Okay.
Sorry, everyone.
Okay.
So yeah,
Thanks.
thanks for everyone for calling in.
Oh.
No problem.
All right, see ya.
Bye.
Yeah.
And everyone, don't forget to tune in for Friday night. Friday Night Feels with Tiberius. It says he's got something special planned for you. So I'll see you next week. I'm sorry for all the connection problems. It's the radio. Bye.